just one click.
Well, teenagers are learning the hard way about the dangers of sharing too much.
Naked photos of themselves.
Sexually explicit pictures of
Sexting scandal.
From national headlines to hallways of local schools, technology has paved the way for teens and adults to create a dangerous digital footprint. One of the most widespread and destructive trends we see right now, sending and sharing nude pictures of yourself, also known as sexting. Research shows some pretty critical numbers here. 40% admit to sending sexually suggestive texts, and 20% actually admit to sending or sharing a nude photo of themselves. But then we ask students how many of their peers they think participate in this dangerous behavior.
Sex? Yeah. Like send nudes and stuff?
I will go with 5%.
I'd say probably about 50%.
75-80%, honestly.
Wow. Yeah,
that's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
With more and more teens owning one of these, a smartphone, we reached out, we asked what apps they are using to connect with others, whether it's innocent or not.
Instagram and Facebook.
Probably Instagram. Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr.
Twitter.
Instagram a lot.
Twitter.
I use Twitter. I like using Twitter.
You use Twitter or Instagram, Snapchat.
Oh yeah, Snapchat, yeah.
Using Snapchat.
Snapchat.
We all know pop culture glorifies Snapchat and sexting, but what it often doesn't reveal, the serious consequences that can follow.
One of the biggest problems I think with Snapchat is that people take it too casually.
Yes.
Because a lot of the times people, when they post on like Facebook or Instagram, they're looking for the amount of likes that they're gonna get, but you don't worry about that on Snapchat. And so, but 10 seconds is still enough time for somebody to screenshot it, and then they can do whatever they want with that screenshot.
Nude pictures can get posted wherever on the internet now. That is the power of social media, is to get information out. And if it is the bad information about you, it's sad and really unfortunate that people feel the urge to give in to it.
If you send someone one picture and they decide to save it instead of delete it, they have something on you.
You know, for sorority or Greek, fraternity, Greek life recruitment, social media can play a factor in that, into what houses may or may not want you, depending on what you post online. You know, as student athletes, there are a lot of expectations on how you perform on and off the field.
We have dropped many kids off our recruiting board because of their social media. We know if they're a fit for our university or not within 3 minutes of looking through their social media. And sometimes even guys on our campus frequent our offices because of things they put on social media. We have to monitor our own players. That's just one of our jobs, not just coaching football, but monitoring our own players' social media accounts.
Not just us, there's members of the administration at the university who are checking that as well. And so we'll get calls if we miss something, we'll get calls and saying, hey, your kid's got this up on this website, we need to take it down. And so it's not just us looking at it.
We often offer corrective advice when mistakes have been made on social media. And almost always, the mistake comes in this way. They think about themselves and their circle far too small. They feel like I'm only interacting with one other person, I'm only interacting with 5 other people. And what is always the case with social media is it's way more than that. And it has the ability to go far beyond all of that because of the way sharing occurs.
I think kids are having to learn the hard way that nothing just goes away. Somebody took a screenshot of it, somebody else saw it besides who you intended to see it, and we have had a lot of male and female students who have to deal with the consequences of sending nude photos, of sending sexually explicit things.
We send a detective out, maybe more than one detective, and we interview kids, start with the person who find who received the message or who found the message, and then just go from there, from person to person, until we discover if it's valid or not.
When we're dealing with juveniles, what you're looking at is possibly child pornography, because those children are underage, and they're actually distributing child porn when they're sending pictures of themselves or each other or other people. It doesn't matter if you're a high school student or not. If you're 18 years old and you were to possess child pornography, somebody sent you some pictures of a minor, even voluntarily, but then you pass those out or you hold on to them, you're in possession. If you pass those out, you've actually distributed child porn. We're talking about 10 to 30 years in prison as the range of punishment. Even if my office wanted to go easy on you at that point when you're an adult, the minimum you could do is be a convicted felon and a registered sex offender, even if you didn't do any jail time.
Whether it be sexting, cyberbullying, or creating an offensive, maybe a threatening post, your digital footprint impacts your reputation, your academics, even your future career.
Because I know so many people that did give into that in junior high and high school. They were forced to leave school because the school system wanted them out because of what they had sent to other people, and it got out to the parents and everybody, and it didn't look good for the school, and because of the social pressure that came after that, because everybody was talking, because kids in high school and junior high, they gossip a lot, and so they were talking like, oh, well, I heard so-and-so sent nudes and blah, 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 and it just got too much for that person, and they were forced to go to a different school because they couldn't handle the social pressure that came after their actions.
What you post can also impact your life down the road. Your digital footprint does not live and die with the day as your Snap story does. It continues beyond that day. And so to think more long term in the content that you post and also the people that you engage with online.
People increasingly are getting information not just from the initial conversation that we have, but they're going beyond that to figure out who you are as a person. And as you're shaping that, your social media content has huge influence on how people are viewing who you are, what you care about, what you're about. When we look at folks that are coming into the College of Education, there's a number of different data points that we look at to figure out, is this somebody who's going to be good with kids? Is this somebody that's going to be a great educator? And one of them is looking at that social media history. And if we see lots of photos that are showing a very different view versus maybe what we would see in an essay to talk about who I am and what I want to be, that dissonance really sort of challenges and limits the ability to get in. So if somebody has a dream of being a teacher, but every photo they've ever posted is in a negative kind of a consequence, this is probably not the right place for them.
We're looking at hiring somebody. Of course, there's traditional ways that we look at things, which would be references, and people would provide references. Today it's different, right? Those things are posted on social media, and it's not as important to talk to a reference that you might personally pick out for an employer to talk to when you can go on social media and see a reference real time.
Remember, your digital footprint matters, and it will follow you. Everything you do on that cell phone, your tablet, your computer can become part of a very public and permanent record. I think of it this way. Would that picture or that post or that tweet, would I feel comfortable showing that to my grandma? If not, don't send it. Think twice. Abigail Ogle, KOCO 5 News.
Before you post that video, before you send that pic, think twice. Think about all the people that will see that video or that pic a day or two after, friends mostly. Think about all the people who will see it in the next couple of weeks. Family, principals, who knows? Think about all the people that will see it months, even years later. College admissions, college recruiters, future boyfriends, future girlfriends, relatives, parents. Ultimately, it's anybody with access to the internet.
Understand, even if you delete those messages, pictures, postings, your digital footprint remains and can remain forever.
Consequences do not end with shame and embarrassment. The legal consequences could follow you for a lifetime,
including loss of jobs, scholarship opportunities, employment opportunities, and indeed legal matters that can extend even to felonies.
So think twice, please.
Think twice.